Okay, so today is the day that we are going to launch our March training series. And the key word we're focusing on this month is, drum roll please, growth. Growth is our key word in March for lots of reasons. I know our parties are going to grow because March and April are our biggest selling months, as well as the fall. So spring and fall, biggest selling months of Norwex. People have their tax return money. They're coming out of the woodwork because the winter is disappearing and things are starting to bloom and people are just happy and they're not flooded with summer vacations yet. So take advantage of March and April. It is going to be one of our busiest times of the year. So what we're going to be focusing on for our training today is how to grow your business by growing your team. So there's 4 things that I want to talk about with you today. First, I'm going to share with you why Jason and I share the business opportunity with everybody that we talk to. Then I'm going to share who do we share the opportunity with and how do we do it in that moment. Then we're going to talk about how I follow up with all of those people that we've shared the opportunity with. And then lastly, we're going to talk about the benefits of growing a team and becoming a leader in this company. So let's start off with why Jason and I like to share this business opportunity with people. The number one reason we share this business opportunity with people is just because we believe that these products help people, and we want to help people get these products in their home at little to no cost. And that's what consultants get to do, right? We get to have a huge discount and we're earning free products all the time. We also believe that this $10 business opportunity can change someone's life, just like it has changed our life. If Ashley Peoples had never shared that $10 business opportunity with me years ago, it wouldn't have been in my back pocket at the right time of my life. And now this business has allowed Jason and I to walk away from our toxic 9-to-5 jobs and be better parents, have a flexible schedule, and make an income. And that could be for anybody that you talk with. So don't assume that when you're talking to guests or your host, or you're just talking to strangers who love Norwex, don't assume that they don't want to hear about how to be a consultant. Assume the opposite. Assume that they would be interested to learn about this opportunity. So that's why Jason and I share this business opportunity so freely, without second guessing it. Who do we share the opportunity with and how do we do it? Well, the easiest place to share the business opportunity with people is at your party. And the easy way that I do this is at every single party, whether it be in home or virtual, at the end of my presentation, my demo presentation, I play Ask Me About My Job game. If you're not a game person, you don't have to call it a game. It's not really a game, really. I just keep calling it that. I'm not a big game person either. I don't play lots of games. I don't give away a ton of freebies at my parties. I just don't want to give away what I've earned. So I do play Ask Me About My Job game, whatever you want to call it. And it's just really, really simple. So I just front load with people. And I've been planting seeds throughout the party, talking about the $10 business opportunity. So I've kind of planted it along the way as I've been talking about my demonstrations. So at that point of the party, they asked me about my job game. They've maybe started thinking about some questions, and they're starting to become a little curious. Like, really? Is it really just $10? And it's just giving people an opportunity to ask you questions out loud in a non-intimidating way. And you're not jumping on anybody like, oh my God, you're so interested. Yay, I'm going to recruit you. Like, it's not like that. I'm just there. It's a Q&A time about the business. So I play it for 3 minutes. And there's lots of different ways you could approach this, but I play it for 3 minutes. And I usually have a guest who has their phone out like, hey, can you be my timekeeper? And I will spoon feed them a little bit at the beginning, like, okay, guys, this is going to be a 3-minute game, and the person who asks the most questions at the end gets the prize. Or you can maybe my last party, I was giving away a detergent sample for every person that was asking a question. So it's all the different ways you could approach it. But typically I just gave away one prize at the end. Always have extras in case there are some more people that really were interested. And I say this game's really easy. For 3 minutes, you're just going to toss questions at me about my job. You can ask me questions like, how much does it cost to get started? And I always say, don't you dare ask that question, because you should all know how much does it cost to get started. How much does it cost to get started with Norwex? And then one person will say $10, and I like throw them a detergent. I'm like, yeah, and I like throw them a detergent because they got the answer right. They were listening. So it kind of like makes people like perk up again. People who are like looking through the catalog while you're talking, kind of perks up like, oh, she's giving away stuff. What is she saying? And so then I just say, you can ask me questions like, do I have to do parties? How much money do you make? How do I fit this into a busy schedule? What if I just want to be a smart shopper and get the discount? What is the commission? What are the minimum sales requirements? Like, I kind of like spoon feed them really fast about certain questions that they could be thinking about. And that kind of gets them thinking about all different questions in their head. And then I say, okay, ready, set, go. And for 3 minutes, people are just asking me questions. So what I'm doing during that time is I'm answering questions, just answering. I'm not reacting. And at the end, we give away the gift. And what I do is I just have a window cloth that's cut up that I think it's actually 1/8 of a window cloth. So just use what you have to give away. I put a payday in here. But it's great for like their cell phones and things like that. And I always have the opportunity brochures in my checkout bag and ready to hand people who truly were intrigued with the business opportunity. So these opportunity brochures, you can actually download them and print them off yourself. They're under your resources tab in your back office. Go to business opportunity, and then the business opportunity brochure is there, downloadable for free. I ordered them. They're pretty cheap. I forget how much they are. They are in your business catalog in your back office too. So I just ordered them because they're easy and they're attractive, and it basically just goes over the really basics of the business, like your commission, some incentives that you can earn, things like that. So it's just a little nutshell of the business opportunity. So I always have those in my checkout bag ready to hand to somebody so they can take something home that night if they really are interested. But what I really do is I, right then and there at the end of the party, so during the ask me about my job game, I'm kind of like mentally keeping tabs on people who are asking questions. And you can kind of feel people out if they truly are interested based on the questions they're asking or how many questions they're asking, or if they just wanted the free product. You can figure that out really easily. So at the end, at the checkout is when like, hey, were you interested in getting some more information about that $10 business opportunity? And then what I do is I schedule a way to shoot them my frequently asked question document. And a lot of you have seen this before. I actually have it printed off in my binder at the parties as well. But sometimes it's just hard to sit down with an interested recruit while people are lined up waiting to check out with you. But I always have this available in case we're lingering at the end and that person's wanting to hang out with me at the end. So I have that FAQ printed off. So it's just basically frequently asked questions that people ask all the time about the $10 business. The kit builder stuff is in here. The starter kit stuff is in here. The fresh start steps are in here. This one has my February my February consultant deals, how they could make it into a career. I mean, just basic information. And I will email this or send it to their Facebook Messenger. Like that night or the next day. I will text them like, hey, I just sent you the FAQ document that you asked for, and I will follow up with you in a couple of days. That's what I say. It's like, no, it's not like, I'm not super excited and like harping all over them. It's just giving them a breathing space just to absorb the information. Also at the party, I have a conversation with every single host about signing on as a consultant. because I use our little tic-tac-toe. So this, again, this is in the Team Sparkling Google Drive. I will post this on our team page as well, just to remind you what it is. But this is my hostess packets that I put with my sample clause that I give all my hosts. And this tic-tac-toe is just things to set their party up for success. But one of them is ask me 3 questions about my job. So even if a party kind of like plopped, they can always cross off something, typically across the middle, because it says you get 1 booking from your party, you hold your party on your originally scheduled date, and you ask me 3 questions about my job. Like, those are all really easy to achieve, and they get an extra 5% discount off their order from me. So it just kind of starts conversation with hosts. And I always think about Sarah Newland. Sarah, if you're watching, I always think about you for the tic-tac-toe, because that was a reason why we had that conversation, was because it was on the tic-tac-toe. And I was like, hey, you can cross that off. Just ask me 3 questions. And she did. And she was like, I'm not interested. No, this is not really. I'm like, okay, you don't act. I'm like, okay, you don't react. And then like 2 or 3 days later, Sarah is texting me, I'm all in. I want to do this. I'm just so excited. I want to do this all. And she's in. And she's been awesome. So the tic-tac-toe opens up conversation with your hosts. So that's how I recruit a lot of hosts. Vendor events. Jason and I do a lot of vendor events, especially this past fall. And something that we have learned from experience is doing these raffle tickets, but we're kind of changing the way that we approach the raffle tickets. So instead of just doing a raffle for people who are dropping the tickets in your jar, what we've done lately for our Cleveland and Columbus Home and Garden Show is we had people fill out these tickets of anybody who wanted to stay informed. And there is an opportunity at the top that said, yes, I'm interested in hosting a party. I'm interested in the $9.99 business opportunity. And they're just circling yes and no, and maybe. And then at the bottom, they are requesting to attend our virtual event to learn more. So this is just a good way to get an idea of who could be interested. I'm going to let you know right now, just because they circle no for a party and no for the $10 business opportunity does not mean they are going to be a no. Margaret Murado, if you are watching, you are a prime example, because you circled no. But you know what she did? She attended the virtual event as a follow-up event. She got to see these projects in action, and she was like, holy moly, this stuff is amazing. And she signed on as a recruit. So again, it's just educating people why this stuff is amazing, giving people an opportunity to learn about the products and how the products are going to help them and their friends, and then let them decide for themselves if they want to sign on for $10. And at that recruiting event, it wasn't even a recruiting event, sorry, the follow-up event from the home and garden shows, I ran it very similarly to a party, and in that event we did the Ask Me About My Job game. So that's how we have a lot of people interested in signing on as Smart Shoppers. Okay, all right, so after you set yourself up to have these conversations with people, it is important to follow up with them. Okay, so you have to think about following up is not for your benefit, it's for theirs. It's to, hey, what questions do you have? And that's how I word it with my potential recruits, as front loading them that, hey, it's okay to have questions, and it's okay if this is maybe not going to fit into your life right now, but it's just being able to answer their questions. So I schedule a phone call, not texting, not Facebook messaging, phone call with somebody as a follow-up. Typically in 1 to 2 days that I've sent them the information, okay, giving them some time. Let's see. When I'm doing the phone call, it's important that you are finding out what that person wants out of the business. Do they want to be just a smart shopper and just get a lot of product for free? Do they want to possibly do a casual party here or there? Or do they want to make some income with this? That's what you need to find out at the very beginning of your conversation, and that will steer your conversation for the rest of the phone call. Also, if they say they want to sign on as a smart shopper, that's amazing. Guys, these people who are interested in just getting this Norwex as a deal, that goes right back to the root of why we share this business opportunity. We want to share it because we want Norwex in as many homes as we can. Because if Norwex is in homes, that means toxic chemicals are being removed from homes and people are living a healthier life, and we are saving the environment, and we are just going to continue educating people because they're going to talk about Norwex just naturally with people who are curious, like, what is this cloth you're cleaning your toilet with? It's just going to happen naturally. Even if they don't want to do parties, you need to coach them on how to get as much Norwex into their home for free as they can. So it is very, very important to go over those kit builders. If you don't know what a kit builder is, it is in your back office and it looks like this. Okay, so kit builders, you should all know what a kit builder is because either I had that conversation with you or hopefully your recruit did. But a kit builder is just a fantastic opportunity for a new recruit to get a lot of product at an additional discount beyond 35%. Yes, even smart shoppers are going to want to hear about the kit builders. Now, they may not be interested in the sub-A sales that you start off with or whatever, but front load them with all of that information. So make sure that you are just being genuine and your goal is to help them get Norwex into their home at little to no cost. So talk about your kit builders, why the gold is the most popular kit builder. The reason the gold kit builder is the most popular one is because the gold automatically qualifies you for Fresh Start Step 1, which is absolutely free. So you need to map it out for these people to help them get as much product in their home as possible. And it's also important for every recruit. I always make sure they understand if you can't get that 2,000 in 90 days, you are going to pay $200 for your starter kit. I always clarify that they understand that. And some people are completely fine with that. Others like, I don't have $200. And that's when you have to strategize with them. So we're not talking about strategizing right now. It's just more the initial conversation. So that's kind of what our phone calls sound like when I'm talking to new recruits on the phone. I also, if I don't hear back, when I'm sending out a text message like, hey, have you had a chance to look at that FAQ document that I sent you? And I don't hear anything, I schedule a reminder for myself 2 days after that. Give them 2 days. Sometimes people are busy. And you know what? Norwex is not in the front of everybody's life like it is mine. And I have to remind myself of that sometimes. So remind yourself that just because someone doesn't respond immediately or within 24 hours doesn't mean they're not interested. It's all in your wording. Don't make your text messages a paragraph long. Just keep it simple. Like, hey, this is Haley, your Norwex girl. I met you at the Home and Garden Show in Columbus last weekend, and I sent you that FAQ, that $10 business opportunity FAQ that you requested. I sent it to you on Tuesday. Have you had a chance to look at it yet? Okay, let's just pretend I don't get a response. So then 2 days later, I'll actually copy and paste that message and resend it 2 days later. Let's say I don't hear again. So then I will send my third message 2 days after that. I'll send a text, and maybe there's another form of communication that I have, either it be on Facebook or an email. I'll send them out one last time. And I'll even add like, hey, if you've decided this is not the right time for you, let me know and I'll just remove you off my list. That's totally fine. Letting people know that you're not trying to hound them, however you want to word that, but don't overthink it. Don't overthink this. You're presenting a gift to them and it's up to them if they want to take it or not. So I usually do like reaching out 3 times. And if I don't hear back from them that third time, that's still not a definite no in my eyes. I put them on a potential recruit list, and I'll make a little note about what I did and where we met and what they were interested in and how they didn't respond 3 times, all that kind of, I make little notes for myself. And and I'll keep them on a potential list. And when those really hot deals pop up every so often, the join for frees or the reduced qualification kits or something, I'll include them in that blast out and shoot it out to them. And I have gotten a lot of recruits coming out of the woodwork just because they like that deal. So make sure that you are keeping your running list of people who are interested. It just wasn't the right time. Finally, let's talk about benefits of growing a team. So the number one benefit, guys, goes back to the root of why we share. The number one benefit is that you have the pleasure of helping people get Norwex into their home at little to no cost. And you're helping people help other people get Norwex into homes at little to no cost. It's all because of you, that you recruited these people, that they start to party or they start to talk about it with their friends. Guys, Norwex is in only 1% of United States homes. That is scary. That is frightening. We have got to educate, and that's what this opportunity is all about. The more people you recruit, the more your web goes out this way. Okay, so your parties are here, but when you recruit, you start to do this. Okay, your impact is quadrupled. So I want you to consider that. But let's talk about the financial benefits of becoming a leader. When you get 3 personal recruits underneath you, and they all submit $250 in sales in the same month, and you can submit $250 in sales in that same month, you qualify yourself for the first leadership level, which is called team coordinator. And team coordinator, the financial benefit of being a team coordinator is you get 3% residual income off of your personal recruits' sales. The average team coordinator pay is around $100 a month. You also get a promote and grow cash bonus from Norwex when you promote to team coordinator. So you're going to get $100 added on to your paycheck just because you promoted to team coordinator. You also have the ability to earn up to $450 in shopping sprees. This is how Jason and I can give away a lot of product to people, is because we have it sitting in our shopping spree accounts, and we're using our shopping spree money to ship things off to people. We're not taking that out of our income. This is coming out of our shopping spree income. So it's not our paycheck. So that is another huge perk to becoming a leader and to recruiting, that you don't even have to be a leader to cash that out. Just to recruit, when you start recruiting, you can earn to $450 per recruit for shopping sprees. That's how leaders have thousands and thousands of dollars in shopping sprees. Something that I wanted to talk to you to wrap this up is the Business Builder Bonus. This is a bonus that sales leaders, so it goes team coordinator and sales leader, and then everybody above sales leader, okay? Once you get to sales leader, which is the second leadership level, what that means is you have 5 personal recruits, but 10 total recruits underneath you. So that means you could have your recruits recruiting, but 5 of them have to be personal recruits. So that's 10 total people underneath you. Everybody engages in that same month, and you submit, I think it might be $350 for sales leader. I forget what the minimum requirement is in your sales, but once you get 10 people to submit $250 in the same month, and I think you have to submit $350 to be a sales leader, you become a sales leader. And it's a huge financial blessing, guys, because you are investing time in people, and you are investing in helping people grow businesses. So team sales leader income, you get 5% off every person in your downline until they become leaders themselves. 5% off everybody. So team coordinator is 3% off just your personal recruits. Sales leader is 5% off everybody. It's a huge financial boost. The average sales leader pay is $500. Jason and I's sales leader pay when we were sales leaders was closer to $1,000. So it all just depends on your team and how active they are. But the average is 500. But there is, when you become a sales leader, you also have the ability to get this huge bonus, and this is promote and grow bonus. So it's just added on. It's when you start recruiting 2 to 3 people a month, you can get an added on bonus on top of your 5% that you're already making. So I know you'll have questions about that down the road, but I just want to share with you there's huge opportunity to grow your team this way instead of just having to do all your parties and you're growing up this way. We want to grow this way as Team Inspire. Okay, we want to expand our roots, and that's where we are. So if you have questions, reach out to Jason and I. But our entire month in March is going to primarily be coaching you through how to have these conversations with people, giving you resources, and just shifting your mindset to growth. We want to grow our team because that is growing our impact. I hope that this was beneficial to you all. Thanks for watching.